You got a technical on Draymond, and he's been thrown out of the game.
Yeah, it's tough.
I never saw a guy by his own volition get up and walk to the locker room.
Temper spilled over. I just thought it was best that I got it.
And now Draymond's been tossed.
Out?
Yep.
No, that ain't the formula. No.
What happened?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, we just got to figure out when you're a man down, you really got to pick up everything.
Following that ejection on Saturday, Draymond Green now has 9 technical fouls in just 29 games this season. A suspension kicks in after 16 in a single season. Draymond is on pace to easily surpass that number. So the Warriors are in L.A. to face the Clippers tonight. That means our guy Anthony Slater is here covering the team. So let me ask you this. What is the level of concern with the Warriors regarding Draymond and his most recent situation? And what of his future? Is there anything to make of that potentially?
Let me take you back quick. You remember a few years ago when he got ejected early in Orlando, and remember Steph Curry was like, almost like tearing up because there was such frustration. That was the same season. He'd been suspended a few times. They were frustrated at the time because he was so important to their winning, and they felt, his lack of availability that season was holding them back. Whereas this season, it's kind of this strange moment right now where he's gotten ejected twice and left the bench early in games recently, and they've been down in those games, and they've roared back and won. And if you look strangely right now, they are minus 65 since the start of December with Draymond Green on the court and plus 90 when he's off the court. So I'm not sensing a level of frustration because they don't feel like what's been going on has been holding them back. It's more an individual frustration right now. He's trying to rediscover his game. This is the plus-minus king. He has the greatest plus-minus season in NBA history in 17 and 3 of the top 8 ever. So as they relook at their future, they want him here forever, really. But, if he's going to hold them back at all on the court, they kind of got to figure stuff out over the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all this pans out. Anthony, thanks for stopping by, man.
Yep.
Take care. All right, so the Warriors are allowing 110 points per 100 possessions with Draymond Green on the court this season. That's on pace to be the worst defensive efficiency of Green's 14-year NBA career. Keep in mind that Draymond made first-team All-Defense last season and finished 3rd in Defensive Player of the Year voting. So, Tim, we'll start with you. Do the pros still outweigh the cons with Draymond?
I mean, not if he's not impacting winning, but it's not just about right now. And honestly, it's not even about trying to get in a position where you can make a playoff run. Because let me tell you a secret. The Warriors aren't contenders. They're not going to be contenders. This is a franchise that went through a messy divorce with a franchise icon that helped hang 4 banners with Klay Thompson. Do you want to do that again with Draymond Green? But the simple fact is the pain in the butt to production ratio, he's always been on the right side of it because he was so productive. He impacted winning so much. He's not on the right side of that this season.
Go ahead.
I just think with Draymond, he has such history there, and he has such trust from the coaching staff that to be there when it matters. And I think he's also, for whatever you want to say about him on the court, and we show a lot of video of him yelling at people, he is their edge. He is the edge for the Warriors. And he's pretty accountable, and he understands when he's not good. And so I think when he's not, he knows. He doesn't need you to show that stat. He knows. And I think he's trying to bark himself into playing better. And I actually thought, when he left the court and got into a Steve Curry in this situation, there were people in Golden State that said this is actually a sign of growth for him. In the past, this might have gone sideways.
Interesting way
I talked to him about it too, and he said, I've been down that road with Steve, and I know it's better just to remove myself. That's actually some of the things he's been working on. And so I don't know. He has enough of a track record. I think they can continue to bet on him. I just think that they're giving him less leeway now.
It's because of that track record that I think Jimmy and Steve and Steph are, biting their tongue, and because they know that when these big games come, Tim basically said their season's over.
When the play-in comes. Let's
see what they do at the trade deadline before we cross them off.
Wherever they go in the postseason, whatever big game they play in, whatever they do, whether it's minimal or big, they want Draymond Green on the floor. And they know that when the biggest games come, he typically performs at an elite level.
Perk?
I just feel sorry for Steph Curry right now. Yeah. Like, with Steph Curry keeps delivering, keeps playing basketball at an elite level, still a top 10 player in this game, and yet he's dealing with so much drama in the organization. Whether that's Steve Kerr and the Kuminga beef situation, whether it's Steve Kerr and Draymond, now Draymond getting ejected. Steph Curry just wants to win at a high level, and Steph Curry has talked about that window starting to close. And so when you think about them going out and getting Jimmy and extending Jimmy Butler, right now this team has been, we could all agree, they have been one of the biggest disappointments in the league, because we expected big things from them, at least to be in the thick of things, a top 6 seed in the Western Conference. They have failed at that. And so when you look at their player development, there's a problem there as well. Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, when are those guys going to start getting extended minutes? Well, we know Kuminga is not. Their relationship is gone. I just feel bad for Steph, and I wish the Warriors would just get it right. Draymond would get it together, because their window is closing right in front of their eyes, and he don't want to come back to this moment and have too many regrets.
All right, so Perk, speaking on that, okay, we heard Tim say pain in the butt ratio versus production. Where are you on that? Would you even consider moving Draymond?
I don't think anybody would want him at this point. Not because he's he wouldn't be valuable to an organization, but it's the amount of money that he's making, right? And I always say this: Steph Curry is the best player on the Warriors, but Draymond Green is the heart and soul. And Draymond Green just have to go back and keep it basketball, be on the floor, be available, be that leader that we know him to be, and continue to help this team out as they go through these times. Because as you say, in February, in the next month or so, they're going to be aggressive when it comes to trading Jonathan Kuminga. Just keep it together. But Draymond got to fix Draymond first.
NBA,